Assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are continuing our discussion on the Islamic case for Bitcoin. We'll delve deep into how Bitcoin upholds principles of transparency, trustworthiness, and financial ethics, and how it can contribute to a more inclusive financial system. We wish to make it very clear that this is not financial advice. Bitcoin is a new asset class and is considered by many as a speculative bubble and having no intrinsic value. We here at Wealth and Wisdom strongly disagree with such notions. We see Bitcoin as possessing the properties of the most sound money, and is by far the most halal of all currencies found in the world today. Let me take you down the rabbit hole of just the transparency aspect of Bitcoin. In the realm of Islamic finance, transparency is paramount. It ensures financial dealings are conducted honestly and with clarity. Enter Bitcoin, a groundbreaking digital currency built on blockchain technology. Bitcoin's ledger, the blockchain, is like a digital, public record book. Imagine it as a series of unchangeable, tamper-proof pages that document every transaction. When Ali sends 1 Bitcoin to Fatima, this transaction is etched into the blockchain with an indelible, unique ID. Anyone can access this record, making it a testament to transparency. Think of it like an unforgeable receipt, available for public scrutiny. Each transaction is represented by a unique, cryptographic hash, making it easily traceable and verifiable. For instance, if someone receives Bitcoin, they can provide the transaction ID, and anyone can view it on a blockchain explorer like Blockshare or Blockstream. One of the most captivating aspects of Bitcoin is its immutability. Once a transaction is recorded, it's set in stone. It cannot be altered or erased. This quality not only enhances transparency but also reinforces trustworthiness. It's akin to an unalterable contract, providing security and reliability. Once a transaction is recorded on the blockchain, it cannot be altered or deleted. This immutability ensures that the transaction history remains transparent and unchangeable. Example: if Ali buys a product from a merchant using Bitcoin, the transaction record remains on the blockchain indefinitely. It cannot be tampered with, providing assurance for both parties. Bitcoin operates on a decentralized network. No single entity holds dominion over it. This is achieved through a consensus mechanism called proof of work. The implications are profound. It renders manipulation or fraud impossible. Picture thousands of independent, vigilant auditors overseeing every transaction. Bitcoin operates on a decentralized network of nodes. This means that no single entity has control over the entire system. Instead, consensus is reached through proof of work, POW. This decentralization reduces the risk of manipulation or fraud. This is the mechanism that connects the real-world energy into the digital realm. If a government were to attempt to control or censor Bitcoin transactions, they would need to gain control of over 50% of the network's computational power, which is an extremely unlikely scenario. This 51% attack on the network, which is essentially a double spend. Meaning a bad actor is able to spend the same Bitcoin twice and thus breaking the trust of the network. This could have been possible early on, but as the hash power has gone up, so has the security of the network. And now Bitcoin has reached a point where the amount of energy required to attack the network is more than the whole planet Earth produces. Safe to say, it is the most secure computational network in the world. We should address a common concern that comes up when discussing Bitcoin: how does Bitcoin fare against the risk of money laundering compared to conventional cash-based systems? Every Bitcoin transaction is etched onto the blockchain. This enables the tracing of funds, creating a robust deterrent against illicit activities. Criminals can't simply vanish into obscurity. It's akin to leaving an indelible trail of breadcrumbs, making escape near impossible. Reputable Bitcoin exchanges implement rigorous Know Your Customer (KYC) and anti-money laundering (AML) procedures. Users must verify their identities. This adds a layer of security and regulatory compliance, bolstering Bitcoin's credibility. It's akin to a passport check before entering a secure zone, safeguarding the system's integrity. Every Bitcoin transaction is recorded on the blockchain, making it possible to trace the flow of funds. This traceability is a significant deterrent for individuals attempting to use Bitcoin for illicit activities. If a criminal organization were to receive funds through Bitcoin, investigators could trace the funds through the blockchain, potentially leading to the identification of the parties involved. It is actually harder to money launder using Bitcoin than traditional methods. Bitcoin's ledger is public, open for all to see. This means any suspicious activity can be flagged and investigated by authorities. It's like having a vigilant guardian overseeing the entire financial ecosystem. Think of it as a well-lit street, discouraging any illicit activities. Bitcoin's transparency, immutability, and decentralization make it a less attractive option for money laundering compared to cash. However, it's important to note that while Bitcoin itself provides tools for transparency, the ecosystem surrounding it, including exchanges and services, must also comply with regulatory requirements to effectively prevent money laundering. Now, let's explore how Bitcoin aligns with principles of financial inclusion and ownership. Bitcoin provides access to financial services for the unbanked or underbanked. It aligns with Islamic principles of ensuring fair access to financial resources. Imagine the potential impact on communities with limited access to traditional banking. It's like opening the doors to a financial world that was previously locked. With Bitcoin, individuals hold full control over their funds. They possess their private keys, guaranteeing ownership and control over their property. This is a significant departure from the traditional banking system, where control often lies with centralized institutions. It's like holding the keys to your own vault, ensuring autonomy and control over your wealth. Here was just a small insight into the beautiful properties of Bitcoin. We find it fully aligning with Islamic finance principles. From transparency and trustworthiness to its potential for financial inclusion and ownership, Bitcoin offers a new perspective on modern finance. My dear brothers and sisters, if we fix the money, we fix the world. Thank you for joining us. Ma as salama.